Hello again, gamers. Welcome back to the Board Game Captain. I'm the Board Game Captain.
And I'm Alex.
And today we're going to be reviewing and talking about and showing you how to play NXS Man of War. Now, this box is actually, the publisher is still putting this box from an older edition where it just says NXS game on it. But on the rulebook, you can see here it actually says NXS Man of War. Now, this is probably the most indie game we've ever reviewed on our channel. But when smaller publishers and self-published games are really inventive, we like to support the little guys.
Sure.
And and his
name is Kevin Kane.
Kevin Kane contacted me. He sells NXS Man of War from his Etsy store. Mm-hmm. The game comes with, it's in the box. It comes with the rule book. It comes with pieces which look like very much sailing ship inspired pieces in 3 different colors, and boards that also are in 3 different colors, and the boards are 3D printed as well as the sailing ship pieces are, and they have these lovely hexagons here that perfectly fit the hexagons on the bases of the sailing ships. You'll see more of that out when we're doing the playthrough.
Right.
Now, he does not have a listed age recommendation or time or anything like that, but there is quite a variance in the play styles between the 3 different ways to play this game and how much time they would last. The basic version is pretty quick, while the basic version is like maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
And then the longest version maybe 45.
45. Yeah, I think you could probably stretch that out to an hour, but I think 45 is a good guess.
So if you said 20 minutes to an hour, that'd probably be a good estimate for this.
Cover all 3 versions, yeah.
Now, if we were to guess on how we would recommend this for age groups, where would you recommend this, Alex? What do you think?
Probably age 12 and up, I would say. I think the basic version is easily accessible to a 12-year-old, but
I might go a little lower. I might say 10 and up.
10, okay.
Because, I mean, the thing about it is the ships all show you exactly how to use them, and you'll see that when we're explaining how to play. It's right on the ship, exactly where it can go and how far it can go.
Yeah, it plays similar to chess, but like you don't need to remember the movements for each piece because it is on the piece itself. Right.
So this is an abstract strategy game. It is a thoroughly abstract strategy game. It has this lovely nautical theme to it, which I appreciate because I do like.
I do too, as well, for sure.
And so now the rule book. So the rule book has tons of diagrams. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty good rule book. There were a couple ambiguities in the way things were worded, but the amazing amounts of diagrams in here really make up for it. There's a lot of big publishers that could take lessons from this guy selling his own game on his Etsy shop on how to do rule books. This is really well done.
Yeah, the few questions I had after we started playing were addressed directly in the rule book, and usually had an associated diagram.
And he put in some classic artwork. I'm a big fan of classic artwork in games.
Right.
So I love that. Some classic free-to-use artwork. So production-wise, the pieces are 3D printed, but I think they're really nice. Like, these are on par with, in my opinion, high-quality plastic pieces that you get in many games. And with that, it comes with 3 sets of pieces and 3 boards. He sells it for about $50, which seems a little pricey for an abstract. But it's because he's 3D printing the game, because this game plays 2 or 3 players, and it's a little pricey to do it that way. And with 3 plastic boards, I mean, these are, it's thick, sturdy plastic.
The components are great. There's nothing left to be desired. I mean, the only thing that could possibly be done more so is if they were like painted like Sails of Glory.
That'd be insane.
But that's ridiculous, right? I mean,
you could paint your own if you wanted.
You could if you wanted
course,
to, but they are highly detailed. I mean, they're really well done. They're solid feeling. I think having them like in a round format, each ship, really adds strength to the sails and everything. So they're sturdy. They're sturdy pieces.
They're definitely
you
sturdy.
can drop this whole thing on the floor and you're not gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
Right. So
no worries.
Well-made stuff.
No worries. All right, so we're going to take you over to the table, and we're going to show you how this game plays and run you through a few turns of it to give you an idea and a feel for it. And then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to rate it and review it. Okay, so here we can see a setup of the medium game for NXS Man of War. Now, I am playing brown on this side of the table.
And I am playing blue over here.
Now, the ships, I'm going to show one of the ships we're not using to show you how this works. These ships have sails to show you what direction they can move in, and either piles of cannonballs or barrels to tell you how many spaces they move in a normal move. Now a ship, for instance, this ship, which has two piles of cannonballs, can move 2 spaces in any of the directions of the sail. So he can move 1, 2, or say 1, 2. And when moving, after moving, you are then allowed to turn one of your ships 1 hex side in any direction. So if I moved this ship 2 up, I could turn it 1 to the left, but I don't have to do it with the ship I just moved. I could move it 2 up and then say turn this ship 1 to the left of the hex side. Now, the second kind of move you're able to do is an attack, and that is in the direction of any of the cannons on your ship. So you can only go in the direction of the cannons. The cannons face down these lines, though. And what you do is you're able to jump over 1 set of spaces to attack 1 enemy ship in the target space. So if I had an enemy here, I could attack it with my cannon by moving here. I would capture it and take that space. Again, after moving, I could turn 1. Now, when jumping like that, you are able to jump over one of your own ships on the way, but you are not able to jump over an opponent's ship. So if Alex had moved that ship there, I can no longer attack over. Now, if this ship was not there, Alex would still be able to attack mine because he can jump over his own ship. So the one last bit of rules you need to know when moving your ships around specifically is the merchant ship, the ship with the barrels instead of the cannonballs. The merchant ship has no cannons, and it may not attack, but also it may not be attacked. So it is invulnerable and is in fact incredibly useful for that purpose. Now you win this game by moving your ships into your opponent's territory. Having a ship in your opponent's territory means you control that space. Having a ship deep in your opponent's territory means you control the space it's on, plus any spaces between that ship and your territory. So these 2 spaces would also be controlled by me. But if my opponent put a piece on one of those spaces, now this is cut off. Now I only control 1 space again. But also, in addition, if I have a ship in my opponent's territory and I have a second ship in my opponent's territory, not only do they control the spaces between themselves and my territory, so in this case, this ship, let me actually move this one here because it's a more interesting example. This ship controls this space here, this ship controls this space here and this space here. They both control the spaces they're on, and this space between them, you get to draw a line between the ships, and you would control that as well. So you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. The object of the game is actually not to be capturing lots of your opponent's ships, but to control 10 spaces of your opponent's territory. So now without any further ado, we're just going to jump into it. We're going to get going. Alex, would you like to go first?
Sure.
And we're going to run you through a few rounds and show you how this goes.
I'm going to move this ship 2 up.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to go 1 up and turn.
I'm going to move this ship 2 and leave him where he's at.
Interesting, interesting. I'm going to move this ship up 3 and turn it.
Move my man of war over and up 1 and not turn it.
Fair enough. I'm going to move this ship up 3 and I'm going to turn this other ship.
I'm going to move up 2 and rotate.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm going to move up 2, and I'm going to turn this other ship.
I'm going to move in.
Oh, blocking my attack.
And rotate
Okay.
my merchant.
I'm going to move my man of war here and turn it one spacing. I love to turn those spacings.
Spacings. Now, I am being threatened.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm always very cordial.
I'm going to move up 1, maintaining that rotation. And no, I'm going to turn.
Turning it?
That way.
Okay. And
I think I got in a little too deep.
I'm pulling back.
Back out one. Well, that's not going to help me.
Okay, rethink it.
I'll get back out two. Let's do that.
Okay. I'm going to move this ship up one, and I'm going to turn it a notch back towards my own facing.
Alright. I'll move my merchant up and rotate it.
I'm going to capture your ship.
Go for it.
Boom.
Boom. Goes the dynamite. I'll move my merchant ship.
Nice. And now he's in the way. He's a pain. So then I am also going to bring forward my merchant ship. So there you have it. Now you can see as we're maneuvering around, we're blocking each other's movements here and attempting to attack. Now when I finally did attack, I had done it after I had put one of my own ships in the way for Alex to attack me, so he couldn't jump over my ship. Now we're trying to clear each other out, and eventually one of us will come out on top. Right now I'm leading by one captured ship. And if we can clear enough space, we can start moving ships into our enemy's territory and taking up lots of space. So this might have been, say, my next move in turn. Not only am I now taking 3 spaces, I'm threatening Alex's ship. So he's going to have to decide, do I want to move this ship out of the way? Do I want to move it into the way to block all these territory that I'm taking? Or or what am I going to do? Or am I going to threaten another ship to try to distract me from my moves? Right. And that is how you play the game of Nexus Man of War. It really is that easy. It's got 3 different setups, 3 different modes of play. This is the medium setup with a medium amount of ships. There's one setup with more ships and one setup with less ships. The less ships you have, the more it's about moving. The more ships you have, the more it's about combat. So we're going to head back to the table and we're going to talk about how this game plays and how it feels. And we're going to rate it and review it. Okay, welcome back. So that was how you play a game of Nexus Man of War. Now, we were just...
The medium version.
The medium version, yes, yes. So the lighter version just has the one row of ships. It doesn't have the 3 extra ships up front, and they're slightly different in the number of... in which ships you use.
Correct, right.
Whereas the heavier version uses all but one ship.
Yeah, the third merchant ship doesn't get used in 2-player.
Yes, but in 3-player, you actually use every ship, which is crazy. 3-player is a big slobber knocker.
Yeah, I can't imagine playing... I mean, I can imagine it, but it would be...
We haven't tried 3-player yet. That's the only way we haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, but a 3-player, all heavy, or the long game...
Oh, it'd be insane. It'd be crazy.
It'd be,
in a good way, but it'd be crazy.
Yeah, but hold on, that would be quite a different game, I think.
All right, so now, I like all versions of this. The basic version was really all about maneuvering and outmaneuvering your opponent. Very little combat.
Right.
Just getting past them and winning.
Yes.
The more ships you put on the board, the more it is about planning moves ahead, setting up protection, and then attacking and taking ships.
Correct.
And man, I think the medium version is my favorite because it's a nice balance of the two.
Yes, exactly.
And there's a lot to love in that. I mean, I love the fact that the point of winning this game is collecting territory. Is to line up ships that connect the dots and be like, I have this line here between my 2 ships, and each of them has a line back to my board.
Yep. And
owning that space is what wins me the game. Because if I control 10 spaces, I win.
Game over.
Game over.
Right.
And also, I really, and this is, I have to throw this out, something I really love. I love when you set up a ship in front of your other ship with an enemy ship on the other side. You can attack them, but they can't attack you. Right. And it's a brilliant way to do the strategy. It's really
especially
cool.
When you incorporate the merchant ship, which cannot be defeated or captured. So the strategic component of this game is, I think, easily underrated by just looking at the small version.
Okay.
The short version, I'm sorry. If you just played the short version, there's a little bit of strategy and a little bit of you could actually go a whole game without any combat.
Yes,
in the short
it's possible.
Version. Right.
It's possible. Unlikely, but it's possible.
But it is possible for
Yes.
sure. And then in the heavy version,
Oh, you can't. It's not possible.
so the game board where the two boards meet is only 4 hexes across.
Oh, you wind up with a choke
You have
point.
this choke point, and you're trying to jam 10 or 12 ships through this. The combat is inevitable when you are playing the long version.
Because the boards meet up
Like that.
like this. So as the boards meet up like this, yeah, it's only four spaces where they touch.
Right. So depending on the kind of game you want to play, you've got 3 options. I really like that he built that into this game.
Yeah, and these are.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about how much we like the components, but I just want to say, these are great. These are. I mean, these. They're fantastic. I really like them.
And it's precise. These things fit
so perfectly
right into the
hexes. They're so well designed. Yeah. It's so functional. The tactics and the strategy are super tight, super interesting. The naval theme, it's tacked on because this is an abstract,
right?
But it looks cool, and it's so perfect for showing. You have sails in that direction, you can move in that direction. Right. You have cannons in that direction, you can attack in that direction. The number of cannonball piles you have, that's how far you can move.
Right.
It's really good that way.
It's very. The theme lends itself well to the play.
It does.
Sure. Yeah,
it does. What else can we say? Well, what is there any other things we can talk about? Do we have any negatives? I just realized we've been raving. Do we have any negatives for this game?
I think you mentioned it before we even played it. The name of the game is Nexus, and I had no idea that was the name of this game by looking at this box.
Yeah.
I go nxgame.com is the name of the game we're playing, and he said no.
It's Nexus.
It's Nexus. I never would have gotten that.
Funny story. Do you remember the band from the 80s, NXS?
NXS, yeah.
Okay. For the longest time, until I heard someone say it, I thought their name was Inxus.
Inxus, right. Yeah. So,
similar situation.
Yeah, Kevin, you got a little too clever by half there.
But your only criticism has nothing to do with the game, though.
Not the way the game is designed, not the way the rules are written, not the game play.
Your criticism's about the title. It's not
the title's fine. I just don't. I would never have gotten to the title by looking at the box. Right. You said he has a newer box, maybe.
But he's keeping the NXS right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's planning a new box. I may put a picture of it up on the screen, which I really like the look of the new box. I think the new box looks great. I would agree though that I think he should. Now he's already got the name like this, and he's had it like this for a while. Just for ease of people's understanding, I think it would be an improvement if he did spell it out. I agree with you. But that being said, it doesn't actually affect the game.
No,
and if people mispronounce the name of the game, but they know how to spell it and how to find it, and they love the game, then who cares? I mean, they can mispronounce it all they like if they enjoy it and they buy it and they play it, right?
Sure.
So
I wasn't mad about the name while I was playing the game. I just that was one of the small criticisms.
I have no criticisms for this game.
Yeah,
I really enjoy this game. We've been playing we just played a bunch of it back to back.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. Which when we do that,
we know we like it.
We know. Yeah. It's a pretty good tell.
So all right, it's got very tight strategy. It's a lot of positional strategy.
Oh, and it took about 5 minutes to completely learn it from start to finish.
So easy to teach, so easy to learn.
Setup is 2 minutes.
Yeah, setup's a little tougher because you have to figure out which specific ships and what direction they're facing. But once you're set up, you're ready to go.
Yeah, right.
It's very easy to explain.
Cards, there's nothing else to it's just the board game.
The game looks absolutely gorgeous on the tabletop. This would be one I'd play in the pub. It would definitely get a lot of questions.
Yeah,
because it looks so cool.
Right.
All right. Do you want to rate it first?
No, you go first.
Me go first?
You go first. I'm curious. I'm really curious to see where you. I know.
You want me to go, and you don't want your rating to influence me at all. I never have it, but okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
But okay, just in case.
Right.
I am going to give Nexus an 8.5 stars out of 10. I really like this game a lot. You know what? It doesn't matter to me one jot whether a game is self-published, small published, large published. All that matters is the game good.
Right.
This game is good. This is the kind of game I want to promote on my channel. I really enjoyed this game a lot.
Yeah.
So 8.5 stars out of 10. This game is incredibly brilliant. I really have to give it to the designer. He came up with a brilliant concept for how it works, and his execution of that concept is beautiful, streamlined, logical, sensical, wonderful.
Yes, wonderful. I was gonna go A5 as well. 8.5
Oh, really?
as well. Yeah, I was actually, yeah, for sure, because this is a game designed for me. Essentially, this is a at most 1 hour game. It's abstract strategy, which I love, and it is easy to learn. It's hard to master. It is infinitely variable. The 3 different built-in modes of play, the short, medium, long. Oh, and 4 depending 2 or 3 player, right? And you can do any of those, short, medium, or long. Can tailor this to whoever you're playing with, and if you want to do, you can play it back to back and do different versions of each, which is what we did.
And it's totally different.
It's really a remarkable. I don't know if it's his first game Kevin has ever designed, but
I'm not sure. But
but he did it. If it is, it's amazing because he hit it out of the park at his first game. In either way, if it's his 20th game, it's still an amazing accomplishment for a completely self-funded, and he's doing this all himself, as I understand.
Yeah, he's selling this from an Etsy store. Yeah. We're gonna have a link to the Etsy store and his website, the NXSgame.com, in the description below. So if you want to buy this, go to his Etsy store, support him in his endeavor, because he is awesome.
You're going to enjoy it. If you have ever liked an abstract strategy game, you're going to enjoy this game.
This is a very good abstract.
Yeah.
Now, quick note. So recently, I passed 2,000 subscribers.
Ah, yes.
I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you watched another video where I said it, but it just happened. And I'm super excited. And I want to thank all of you guys who subscribe and watch my videos. And as part of me thanking you, I want to spread some of the joy of gaming directly to you. And this is a game that a lot of people have not played because of how it's so independently produced. So I am going to buy a copy of Nexus the game for one of you, because I want one of you to have fun with this, because this is a really cool game. So here's what you got to do to enter my giveaway. Shoot me an email. My email is going to be in the description down below, where in the email, just for the subject, put Nexus Game Giveaway. And in the body of the email, just put your YouTube screen name. Then, like this video, be subscribed to my channel, and comment on this video. And when you comment on this video, let's see, you can comment and you can tell me, what other theme do you think would be cool to tack onto Nexus? What would be another, because I mean, you could totally do different versions of this game with other themes on it. What do you think would be another cool theme to swap out for the naval theme, even though I really like the naval theme? Comment, email, like, share, subscribe, all of that. And you know what? In 2 weeks' time, I'm going to put the date up on the screen now, because I'm not sure when I'm going to be releasing this yet, but in 2 weeks' time from the date of this release, and again, the date will be up here, I am going to draw a random winner from the people who comment. I'm going to email you to get your mailing address, and I'm going to buy you and have them over at nexusgame.com. I'm going to have them ship you a copy of the game. So be sure to do that. Like, share, and subscribe also. And, you know, until next time, game on.